sentimental outlook for the week beginning the 20th of September. Just wanted to bring your attention to the USD bubble. If it goes this way, we're gonna be in strong buy. If we go this way, we're gonna be mixed. I think we're probably gonna come over here. Note where Aussie is and gold. Euro is actually above 50%, so it's a sell. The Euro basket and the CAD basket too. So the safe havens here. Buy. Kiwi is a bit of a strange one. I think we just need to exhaust some positions, and that one behind USD is pound. So pound and Kiwi are a bit of a slight oddities this week, and so what will probably happen is that they'll probably need to get stopped out, and then those bubbles will move up here. So just to bring your attention to that. So this is the retail sentiment according to MyFX book, and I want to talk about the GOT data. Right, so let's have a look at the euro. We want to look at the euro versus the dollar. This is the net non-coms euro. We can take Aussie off and I'll show you that. So Aussie euro versus dollar net non-coms. So we've had a big decline of euro positioning by the banks, and we're going to see a crossover of the dollar and the euro. And they're increasing their dollar bets, but what's really important is that they're decreasing their euro bets, right? So you wouldn't necessarily want to be buying euro when the banks are doing this. All right, so that's that. That's the euro USD. I'll show you Aussie as well. We can keep maybe euro on just for, just to use that. So Aussie, euro, dollar. And so the Australian dollar is the blue line. They really sold it. So this is what the big banks are doing. This is their positioning over time. This point here, it would have been a good one to short the Australian dollar, US dollar, around about here, about 4 months ago. And that would have been a good trade, and you would have made quite a bit of pips on that. Admittedly, it chopped around a bit, but this is what the banks are doing. So that's the Aussie USD. Might take euro off just because it just confuses things. So let's take euro off. We'll go back to it quickly. There we go. So probably a better demonstration of the divergence. And don't forget, you've got a hawkish Fed and a dovish RBA as well. And the RBA governor was saying we're not going to taper until 2 years, and I think the Fed are going to taper an interest rate hike within 2 years. So that's the hawkishness of the Fed versus the dovishness of the RBA. So yeah, it's quite a big decline, and I'm going to show you pound and Kiwi as well. Let's go here. Take off Aussie. And where are you? There you go. Okay, now comes, and so you see it's quite choppy. They increased their pound bets, but they've increased their USD bets, and that ties it in to what we're seeing here. Is that the pound is going to be a buy and the dollar is going to be a buy, and that's what we can see on the bank positioning. So I wonder whether or not they're looking at retail sentiment. I'm not sure. But we're seeing an increase of positions and an increase of positions, and that would tie in exactly with the retail sentiment because we know the pound and the USD are buy. Okay, so that's interesting. So I'll show you Kiwi and I'll show you USD yen, and I'll probably wrap up the video. Let's go back here. Take this one off. Take that one off. There we go. Net non-coms, and likewise, they've increased it, but they've increased the dollar bets as well. So the Kiwi dollar might be a bit of a tricky one, as you can see. It was quite strong all week, and that's the reason for it. Strong Kiwi, and we can see it's the strongest by the strongest currency. Okay, and then last but not least, the dollar yen. So go back here, and net non-coms. Dollar yen, so take off Kiwi, put on where I did just sit, okay, and then that now comes. And so yeah, this is bullish UJ because of that crossover. So It was actually it actually crossed over in March, so it's been bullish from a COP perspective since March. So we should see price increase for the dollar yen, and so that's that. If you need me to cover anything at all, just please let me know because I've got all this data, and it'd be a shame if you guys didn't use it. I'm going to try and import it into the sheet, but I'm not sure how we're going to do this pivot range, to be honest. Um, let's actually have a look at the euro yen because that's been really bullish for ages, and then it just crossed monthly pivot. So we're actually technically bearish, and so we've got a decrease of euro and a decrease of the yen. But I wonder whether or not that might be ticking up slightly, and that would coincide with the bubbles because the yen is a strong buy and the euro is a strong sell. So there's the 50% line. So it could be an interesting week this week, and what you want to do is try and check your technicals and check your pivots and things like that, because you can see that Aussie is actually technically bearish and we're actually RSL at the high level, so you don't really want to be fighting it. This one last thing, a little caveat, is that we did have a big sell-off on Friday, and we know that price doesn't move in straight lines, and so we might see a little retracement as we open, and we might have a little bit of risk on flows, and the dollar could weaken a little bit. So you just have to remember, price has to zigzag. Okay, so we might this might do well for the first 8 hours, or maybe even the whole Monday. But we know that what the trend is because of the COT data, and we look at the technicals and the sentiment, and that helps as well, obviously. So if you need me to do any COT analysis, I can do. It's not a problem at all. We're just going to look at the net non-coms just because it makes it a lot easier. We can look at the hedge funds and the commercials as well. So it's an amazing tool. So do let me know if you want me to look at anything, and I can just post it on the Telegram. It's not a problem. So I'm going to wrap up now. Have a good evening, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.